Hi, we are Team B, and our project for our data mining course is classroom activities and off-task behavior in elementary school children. So for our case, we focus on elementary school education. Primary education is very important to children's fundamental brain development and learning. Our goal is to explore what are the factors that influence students' performance and ability to learn at this early stage of age. Specifically, we want to understand the attributes at both an individual and classroom level that best explains why students engage in off-task behavior during class sessions. Is it the teachers, the gender of the students, activities done during class, or even time spent on these activities? Off-task behavior reduces learning outcomes and performance for the individual student, as well as have similar negative effects on other students and the class as a whole. Our research can help school administrators understand and make informed decisions on how to structure school and instructional policies to maximize students' on-task behavior. Teachers make classroom-level changes to improve learning for the students, while students and parents will be better informed and demand changes in policy that will best serve them. Lastly, government or private funders will know where increased spending will produce most benefit, thus helping funders better allocate and understand the power of their investment. We obtained our data from 5 different charter schools. As you can see, these data sets could be split into 5 categories: characteristics, instructional formats, format changes, time measures, and most importantly, the outcome. Furthermore, the data could be split into uncontrollable and controllable factors. Controllable being factors if proven to be significant contributor to on-task behavior ratio. We can adjust these factors to improve on-task for students. On the other hand, uncontrollable are factors that cannot be adjusted regardless of any relationship to on-task behavior. So we try to find out which factors have most influence to student on-task behavior. The results show that on-task behavior depends mostly on student as an individual. An individual student plays a key role in determining whether he or she will be on-task or off-task. Second is the transition to duration time, which we'll go into deeper in the next slide. Third is the classroom environment. This could be due to teacher or student that make up the class. As we mentioned from the previous slide, student and class factors are uncontrollable, whereas transition to duration time is a controllable factor. So let's examine what our stakeholders can do to improve students' on-task behavior. So we found that controllable factor with the largest influence on on-task behavior is transition to duration time. This result was also backed up by our decision tree model above that was ran on modified data to indicate top controllable factors that influence on-task behavior. Transition to duration time equals to number of transition between activities in a class session divided by the total time spent for the session. This means that students' on-task behavior tends to increase as sessions include more activities that aren't too long, meaning that teachers should often switch from one activity to another within a session. Other recommendations: class size should be smaller than 17. Teachers should reduce the amount of time spent transitioning from one instructional format to another. Increase the number of instructional format. And finally, reduce the time spent on each format. In the future, we plan to work with schools and observers to collect better data so that we can further develop our models that can give us even better understanding of what is contributing to off-task behavior. As you can see from above, we can obtain much data regarding individual, whole desk, dancing, or testing format data. We believe that format itself may have substantial information that can improve our models. Thus, for our next step, we want to make sure we collect data regarding format while working with these school members. Thank you very much for tuning in. Have a good day.